In this video, we will be talking about soil genesis, more specifically alluvial deposits. Soil genesis is the study of the origin of soils. There are 5 factors that go into the formation of soils: the climate of the area, the slope or topography the soil forms on, the organisms living in and around the soil, the materials that make up the soil, and the amount of time the soil has been forming. In this video, we will focus on the materials that make up the soil, commonly referred to as the parent materials. There are 7 categories that soil scientists use to classify the parent material of a soil. Each one has complex and unique properties that affect the soil that forms in the area. Today, we will take a look at alluvial and marine deposits. Material deposited by water sources becomes alluvium, which may eventually form soil. Alluvium can be broken into 2 categories. Where alluvium is deposited by saltwater, we have a marine deposit. Where it's deposited by freshwater, we have an alluvial deposit. Depending on where it was deposited, there can be 5 types of alluvial deposits. Floodplains and river terraces both typically form adjacent to rivers. A floodplain is a frequently flooded area in the bottomlands beside rivers. Since they're flooded often, new material is constantly being added by the river, meaning the soil is fertile, poorly drained, and not well developed. As such, the material is referred to as recent alluvium. As rivers cut through the landscape, they form river terraces, which aren't flooded as frequently. These materials are called old alluvium because they have been given more time to develop than the materials on floodplains. Several types of deposits form where rivers slow down or enter other bodies of water. A delta forms when a river meets a large body of water, like an ocean or lake. Here, the river drops off the remaining sediments to form a swampy delta. These are often fine sediments because larger particles are dropped off further upstream. Downstream from deltas, lakes can form deposits of their own. As sediments accumulate in the slower moving waters, the lake may eventually fill up and form a lacustrine deposit. Finally, there are alluvial fans, which form where high-velocity mountain streams suddenly flatten out and slow down. Here, sediments are sorted by size, as smaller sediments like clay and silt are able to travel further than gravel and sand. The resulting deposit is fan-shaped and develops well-drained soils. The sediments that make it all the way out to the ocean form marine deposits. Over long periods of time, sediments settle on the bottom of the ocean. Generally, large particles settle closer to the shore, and fine silts and clays settle further out. These deposits grow to form barrier islands, marshes, and beaches. After a very long time, they will even grow to become coastal plains. Because of wave action, these deposits take a really long time to accumulate, meaning that they are very old and well developed compared to alluvial deposits.